I'm about to go see Rambo Last Blood. Based on the other 4 movies that I just watched, what are my top 3 expectations for this movie? Number 1, I expect it to be really gory. The 4th one was just crazy kind of how gory it got. I'm going into this expecting that based on other review headlines that I've read. Number 2, I'm expecting this to be the R-rated Home Alone. You look at that trailer, he's setting up traps. It looks pretty violent. I'm expecting that. And number 3, it's called Last Blood, so I'm expecting this to be a conclusion. So we shall see. Check out my review. Welcome to Durbania. I'm Durbin, and this is my spoiler-free review for Rambo Last Blood. Was it good? I'm walking out of it with a solid B. I kind of borderline B minus, so kind of the lower scale of the solid B. But overall, I did enjoy it. I mean, if you like John Rambo and you grew up with this character, I think Sylvester Stallone is very consistent in the role. And he continues to bring to the role what he's always brought to the role. And it's cool because it's not like over the top. So he's not trying to do these incredible, impossible things and driving cars from one building to the next. It's just a solid action flick of what a highly trained man like him is capable of. And if there's anything you pick up about this dude throughout the franchise, he's a warrior. He's a warrior, he's a fighter at heart, and he does his best to keep a lid on it, but then when somebody goes and they draw first blood, yeah, he's gonna be coming for last blood, and he definitely comes for it in this movie. Expectation number 1, gory. Oh yeah, it was definitely pretty darn gory, and had some pretty ruthless parts where John Rambo is coming in there to figure out where his niece is. They took her, where is she? And it does kind of take Taken and put it to shame. It just, I mean, he is ruthless the way he gets the information. But it's interesting because while it's ruthless and it is pretty gory, they do a good job of portraying the total depravity and wickedness that is preying on such innocence. So that's what his niece is. She's a little bit naive, but she's totally innocent and completely likable. And to see just the wolves preying on this sheep, it's heart-wrenching. So there is this element of satisfaction when John Rambo shows up. There's this anger, like when he gets sent away the first time, and then I don't know, I don't want to get further because I don't want to hit the spoilers. The point is they kind of do a good job of getting under your skin and just making you rage at these bad guys, and you feel John Rambo's rage against them as he comes against them. Number 2, Home Alone, like the R-rated Home Alone. Yeah, they definitely had that in there, and here's what I liked about it, and what I thought was positive, is it's a good callback to Rambo First Blood when he's in the woods and he sets all those he sets all of those traps, but instead of killing all those officers, he keeps them all alive. So what you're really seeing is just how incredibly skilled he is. But in that movie, what you're seeing is his patience, his ability to kind of hold back. You see his patience is running thin. Those cops, they were not treating him well.
Could have killed them all.
This one, he had no patience. This time, it was all out. So this goes back to expectation number 1 with the gore. This is where you see even more of it in this scene where they're on his property and they're at his house and he has all of these traps set. And expectation number 3, conclusion. I wouldn't say this is a conclusion, but it could be a conclusion. Really, I don't know what more you could do with the character of Rambo at this point because he's getting older, and what other thing can you put this guy through and have him not just totally snap? I mean, the first one kind of had this angle where, yeah, it's action-packed and explosions, but at its heart, it's dealing with this vet who gave his all for his country, comes home to people protesting him, and he's dealing with PTSD on top of it, and it hits that angle. The second one just hits the pure action angle, and I did like the 4th one because it found yet another new angle where, you know, these missionaries are in trouble, and something that he was kind of trying to put behind him, he now has to step back into it. And so I thought the 4th one was probably the most unique one.
Revenge.
This one is just revenge. It's just a pure, simple revenge story. It's John Rambo unplugged. So if you want to go watch John Rambo in a revenge story, boom, there you go. I'm giving it a solid B. What did you think of this movie? What would your grade be? Let's talk about that in the comments. And while you're there, Let me know what's your favorite of all the Rambo movies, and hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell by it, that way you're notified for the very next time I drop another movie review, ranking video, theological analysis, or anything else I do here. I'm Durbin, thanks for checking out Durbania.